The Trido chemical pump packages are powered by a single motor, so all the chemical pumps operate at the same speed. The volume delivered by each pump is adjusted by changing the stroke length of the pump using the adjustment nut. Trido has developed a spreadsheet that simplifies adjusting each chemical pump. This will ensure that each of the individual chemical pumps flow the required flow rates. At the pump skid, pull the cover off the chemical pump package and identify each of the chemical pumps, as this will be required for the spreadsheet. We are showing the pumps with numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Also, determine and record the piston size from each of the chemical pumps, as this will be needed for the spreadsheet. At the computer, go to the Trido Industries website and click on the Resources tab at the top of the page. Scroll down and click on the Excel spreadsheet icon called Trido Multi-Head Calibration Tool. It will download the spreadsheet to your computer into your Downloads folder. In column B, use the drop-down menu on each cell to enter the piston size for each of the chemical pumps in use. In column C, enter the amount of chemical required from each chemical pump in liters per day. Only enter data for the pumps in use. Leave the remaining cells at 0. In column E, the spreadsheet will let you know if the chemical pump is capable of delivering the required volume. Acceptable piston size means it's within the pump's range. However, if it says increase piston size, you'll be required to change the chemical pump. Once you have columns B and C filled out, the adjustments required for each pump is calculated and shown in column F. There will always be one chemical pump adjustment at 0. Record the number of turns for each pump and the stroke rate number. In this example, it's 24.8. At the pump skid, go to the pump control panel and pull the pump breaker to isolate the pumps and prevent accidental startup. At the pumps, loosen the jam nuts and thread those stroke length adjustment nuts all the way in to start at 0.0. This is referred to as full lockdown. 1.0 on the spreadsheet refers to one full revolution of the stroke length adjustment nut. Adjust all the remaining stroke length adjustment nuts to the values from the spreadsheet. Snug up the lock nuts for each of the stroke length adjustment nuts and replace the covers. Next, verify the supply tank has enough volume in it to fill the individual sight glasses for each chemical pump. Open the individual sight glass valves to allow the sight glasses to fill from the supply tank. Each division on the sight glass represents 1 liter per day being pumped. If you are pumping 30 liters per day, you'll require more than 30 divisions of liquid in the sight glass. Replace the breaker to power up the control panel. Set the actuator stroke rate on the panel to the stroke rate from the spreadsheet. Start the controller and let the pump rate stabilize before starting pump calibration. For the first pump to be tested, close the pump supply valve and open the sight glass valve. This will have the pump drawing from the sight glass only. Record the difference in liquid level in the sight glass over 1 minute. Repeat this for each chemical pump. Back at the computer, put the recorded sight glass values for each pump in column G. Ensure the remaining values in this column are all 0. Column G will confirm if the pump is a correct size or if it needs to be changed. Column K will give us the calibrated stroke length required for each pump. Compare the values in column K to the values in column F to see if there is any adjustments required. Next, compare the initial stroke rate with the calibrated stroke rate. If the stroke rate has changed, the pump control panel will need to be updated to this new calibrated stroke rate. At the pump skid, adjust the pump speed controller if required. Adjust the individual chemical pumps if the required number of turns on the adjustment nut has changed. Make sure to close the sight glass valves and open the supply valves for all the pumps. This will put the chemical pump package back into operation mode.